This problem is quite easy and intuitive if you focus on the right things. Recall or note that the utility function of a typical consumer is 100 square root of q plus m minus 0.9 q. Now, what does this imply? That the marginal damage, total marginal damage of each unit of consumption is equal to 10 times, because there are 10 people, times 0.9, which is the marginal damage per person, equals 9. So this implies that the Pigouvian tax, the optimal Pigouvian tax, tau star, has to be equal to the total marginal damage at the optimum. But since the total marginal damage is a constant, it will be that value at the optimum, so this equals 9. So in this simple case, we can calculate what the optimal Pigouvian tax is without having to worry about what the optimal quantity is. Now, what is the problem of the consumer in the market? Is to maximize over q greater than 0, 100 square root of q minus pq, that's the market price, minus tau star q, that is the tax, and they of course have the externality, but this is ignored or taken as given in problem, and since this is an additive constant, it is ignored. And this implies that the consumer says marginal benefit, which is going to be equal to 50 over square root of q equals p plus 9, which is equal the marginal cost. And here, remember, this is the value of the optimal Pigouvian tax. But this implies that the demand for every consumer is, doing the algebra, 50 square divided over p plus 9 square. Now, we know that in equilibrium, p star has to be equals to 1, since the firms have constant returns to scale. And we also know that the market demand is going to be 10 times this, which is 10 times 50 square over p plus 9 square. But given that the equilibrium price is this implies that the total quantity in the market has to be this value evaluated at 1, which is going to be equal to 10 over 50 square over 10 square, which is equal to 250. And by the way, if you really want to triple check your intuition about the Pigouvian, you can tax section result, you could check that this 250 is also the optimal quantity for this market.